Welcome to Lumos, a brand new 45,000 square foot family entertainment center that recently opened in the city of New Caney, Texas, just 30 miles north of Houston. We were lucky enough to get a behind the scenes tour of this place while it was still being built. And let me tell you, this is one of the more impressive build outs I've seen from any facility across our travels. From their expansive arcade, to impressive bowling lanes, to restaurant food that can stand on its own, to an innovative prize redemption solution we've never seen before. Greg Little, the president and CEO at Lumos, walks us through his vision to bring this place to life.
This is where it's all beginning here. But Lumos we're in a bedroom community here of New Caney, Texas. We're really excited to be able to bring some excitement and joy to the folks around here. And what we tried to do is we tried to take entertainment, which people are familiar with from all the other sort of entertainment places around, but we wanted to elevate that experience a little bit and really make it a real guest service enhancement on that. But we tried to elevate it. So we bring it in, we tried to make it a little mysterious. So you come here and you see the Lumos sign here, but you can't see everything. You're teased by a little bit of the arcade there, and you can see something happen in the video screen back behind. And then you see how it just flows around. So we just tried to make it something that people get excited about and want to keep learning as they keep going through. So
this would be kind of like where people check in when they walk in.
So this is a check-in desk right here. We got the sales office right in this area.
Awesome.
And so this will be all the check-in desks here. And we want to make it something that'll be fun for everybody. So here's we're gonna have just the Lumos, it'll all be lit up, and so they can pose with that. This is gonna be a mural wall that's still yet to go up. So we'll have a mural up there. So
I love the big name, and the fact that it's a relatively short name means you can make it that big.
Exactly. So,
is there any significance behind that name right now?
Yeah, so Lumos we went through probably 250 different names to try and figure out what we wanted to name this place.
Yeah.
But Lumos is Latin for light to have light, right? So we want to say, how do we use a lot of the LED we've got in here, the light enhancements, and so take time with that. And how to bring light and joy and excitement to people. That's where it really came from. That's
Good
what
name.
Yep. Because we all the check-in here. And one thing we've also done different is this right here is our redemption area. So we put it right at the front, right when you're leaving. And so we've done a little bit different. You notice there's not a store, there's not anything like that. It is this is a unique situation where we put up, because one of the complaints we heard from guests, they said there are three things. Is one, they wanted to make sure that they had some good food.
Yep.
Some people are saying it's too noisy a place, so I need to be able to, just someplace I can reduce that noise. And the other was, I hate waiting in line at the end when I'm trying to get my prizes, and the kid, 4 people in front, is saying, I want 100 Army men. The kid on 100, he says, I changed my mind. Can I get 50 Tootsie Rolls instead? And he's like, I'm gonna kill that kid up ahead. And so we said, how do we make this more fun and enjoyable? So it's actually a little Amazon type store that they can go on, but they see all the items in this carousel that'll be rolling around here. And so there'll be shelves on here and all the prizes roll around on this. They can scan it with the QR codes there, or they can come over to these kiosks and they tap it there. They can just order the prizes they want on their phone and then it submits it up this TV. It'll show their little name up there, say like G Lit.
Yeah.
And then it says order in progress, and somebody is back in this room behind it. They pick it, they stick it in the back of this locker, and it pings them back. They walk up, scan their QR code, get the prize, and they're out. So there's no waiting in line. You can just do whatever you want and keep going. So this is a unique system that we've custom built. So this is the arcade over here, and I don't know if you want to walk through that way or however, but you can see how we flow people around here.
Yep.
We've got our arcade here, and this is kind of a nod to my past. I was 24 years with Shell Oil Company. Spent a lot of but I sold oil and gas, and I figured if I could sell oil and gas, I could probably sell entertainment. So that's why I got into it. But I really reason I got into this was because I saw there was an opportunity to do something with entertainment in this part of the world here, and I had done a lot of work on studying consumer psychology, why people spend money, how the brain works to do that. And so we've taken a lot of those principles and tried to apply it here. And so a lot of that's the intrigue and different things like that. But this is a nod back to my world where a lot of my employees were in London, the Shell Tower that's behind the London Eye. So you come in and you're in a London underground subway car. Right, and so we've got all this. We've got TVs up here that'll it actually shows motion. It feels like you're going through on a subway car, get you all kicked on with this. And then we come into the laser tag arena here, and the door will open just like I've got all the paper here, but the door will be closed, and then it says mind the gap. We press this,
very cool.
Door opens, and you walk into London, where they've set the theme, where there's been these drones that are attacking everyone, and so all these different human factions are coming out, and we're trying to fight against each other for food and fighting the drones. So we've got all that going on.
Very cool.
So you can see, this is my nod over here with the London Shell Tower back behind the London Eye here.
I love that, and obviously you've got Big Ben over here. You've got the phone booth. So we see a lot of laser tag arenas,
Yes.
and anybody that can find a unique spin on it, even if the technology is, you know,
The
licensed
same
or
technology,
the same,
exactly.
I think that's what makes it worth coming back for.
Exactly. And that's what we're hoping. We hope people will just come here and see it's unique and fun. And again, just not all the London themes too. And so you get upstairs and there's more on the upper deck here.
Wow.
You get back in here, this is the drone factory back in here that you're fighting against the drones and all that. So
I like the LEDs, like the flashing, and on the ceiling, I feel like we haven't seen much of that.
So anyway, they did a great job. So this is Thrill Builders who did all the build out in here. And they did a fantastic job with that. So they got all our arcade here. We put Omni Arena right in this area too. So kind of right along the way here. But one of the things we did was we put our restaurant right here, and we've named it Ember's Grill. Just kind of really, it's not just grab a bite while you're here. This is actually a full sit down, full service restaurant that we're gonna have inside of here too. But this again, number 2 point was parents say, I come here, my kids have a great time, but after an hour or so, I'm done, too much noise. So we brought this in here to where they can come in here and it'll just drop the noise quite a bit when they get in here.
Yeah, you can notice pretty immediately.
Yeah, you walk in here and you just bring down the volume. We can have some good games up here on Saturday. I was gonna say,
the screen and the bar are both extremely impressive. I mean, like, that's how, do you know how big this is?
This was, it's 68 feet, I think it is. So
wow.
So pretty decent. And then even over here, we've taken this and dropped the ceiling even more. So even more the restaurant, true restaurant size. This would be booze and whatnot around here. So more the, and more in the evening, we'll put more families over there and just let the nightlife pick up in this space a little bit. So
great. And you said you came from oil and gas.
Oil and gas.
And was there something in between that and this, or you're just
I
like,
retired from Shell and said, what do I want to do next?
Okay.
And so looked at a whole bunch of different industries. I wanted to go into consulting and different things like that, and said, you know what, let's do entertainment. Let's just find something different. And so I really talked with a lot of people. I traveled the country, kind of like what you guys do. Traveled all over, talked to a bunch of different folks, asked what they went well, what didn't go well, and tried to pull something together. And so this is the crazy creation of 4 years of just playing on a computer and just figuring it out.
It's funny because you're not the first person I've heard that has like had some crazy corporate career and then they're just like, I'm going to do something completely different. And so it's definitely a different, but like I mean, this is fantastic.
We're loving it. We're excited.
Yeah, one of the things I said whenever I came on is I really want to get away from the standard just pizza tenders, you know, burgers, and if you're going to do it right.
Yep.
So we're bringing on an executive chef, you know, somebody that actually comes from crafting a menu, doing things that make the food actually pop and do something that's original.
Yep.
You know, you know, there's going to be your typical frozen foods, but there's a lot of things that can be done with quality.
Yep.
You know, and so that's what we're bringing on now, and then the same thing's going to go for the bar. So, you know, you're going to have your standard Blue Hawaiians, Bahama Mamas, but we want to introduce, you know, really good martinis, really good cocktails, and we're also going to be really good on mixed drinks and a couple of other mocktails. And so one of Greg's biggest things is he wants a bunch of mocktails, so we're going to do mocktails so that everybody can be happy.
Yep.
But that's kind of what we're going for here. We want it to be elevated, but we also don't want it to be fine dining. So it's the fine mix of what we're kind of looking for that we're bringing on. So, but yeah, I mean, as far as the food goes, one of the big things that I think I'm excited for is tableside guac. So we're going to actually try to knock out a really good guac recipe and you know, be able to bring something new to an FEC that people aren't used to. And so I think that's what's going to make us pop quite a bit. But yeah.
Sweet. Is there a genre of food that you're catering towards, or is it going to be a little bit of? I mean, obviously, I know you've got pizza, you got guac, so probably, you know, some highlights.
It's gonna be some highlights. You know, we're gonna do your typical burger, but it's gonna be a beautiful smash burger, double patty. But it's the quality that we're putting into it that we're investing to say this is gonna be a really good burger.
Yeah.
We're gonna same thing with the pizza, the brick oven pizza. I mean, we're gonna really have some good, you know, pizzas that come out New York style, and so that's what I kind of want to be known for. And then you're gonna have some chef inspired. You know, where she's from, she wants to bring in something that's like a high quality chicken breast dish. You know, that it's just something different. So when you mix that, I think we're gonna kind of see what we turn into, but ultimately it's gonna be a really good menu.
Yeah,
so,
and that's the thing. I feel like from everybody I've talked to, you come out with a good menu, to see what the favorites are, to see what's not getting ordered. You mix things up.
Exactly.
Food, the one thing I can take away from everything we've ever done is that the food is definitely make or break. Yeah. Because someone might come here for an hour, but if they can also eat dinner here, they'll be here for 3. And during that time, they're spending money not only in here, but everywhere else.
And we really want to just make it to where you feel like you're walking into a restaurant. A lot of places, you know, they have the arcade and they want to just put a little cafe or something to the side where you can go in and open seat, but we're gonna have a host stand, we're gonna have true servers, and we're gonna have real bartenders and people that have managed fine dining restaurants before who are gonna really elevate this. So I think that's what's gonna make this stand out really well, is having a group of leaders that can run this the way a really good restaurant would be ran that you're not used to in an area like this. So yeah, that's going to be really exciting.
The screens are insane. I mean, this place is for games, baseball games, basketball games. People showing up and like wanting to watch a game on here. Having a screen like this, like you want to have a whole room full of people.
Before we move on, let's take a quick break to say thanks to a sponsor that makes these videos possible.
We're gonna take a quick break from the action so I can tell you a little bit about one of our partners, Rhode Island Novelty. So I'm here with Brandon from Funplex, who is in charge of keeping their redemption counter stocked and works directly with Rhode Island Novelty. Would you recommend Rhode Island Novelty to another entertainment center that's looking at adding them as a redemption partner?
Oh, of course. Any entertainment center, any FEC, Rhode Island is definitely a vendor that you want to have in your back pocket. They are great with communication. Their website is so easy to use, and everything about them is just fantastic.
Okay, now back to the action.
Yes.
There's one thing that we are thrilled about. So we really, I mean, we've got everything. We're doing everything from your apps to your burgers and pizza and whatnot, but we're also doing some things like a nice steak, chicken, etc. Wow. But we've invested pretty well in this gas and wood-fired pizza oven. So we can cook a pizza in 90 seconds in this party. But this is beautiful rotating drum in here, but we're thrilled to have this this pizza oven here. So we really want to be known for our pizzas and our burgers here. So
makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Those things get real hot. You got to keep your eye on them.
Exactly. So that's one that we're thrilled about, is this party right here.
Yeah, that's great.
So, but we've got a decent sized kitchen that hopefully we can run a lot of food through here, do a lot of corporate events. So really, that's why we tried to make it a little more upscale. So it's not all the Chuck E. Cheese type of colors and whatnot in here. We really tried to make it a little more adult focused. Families will love it at the same time. But I know you've traveled all kind of places, so I'm sure you're familiar with Dark Ride and whatnot.
But it's a great experience.
It is. So we tried to take it, they have some of them that have the curtains around it. We've taken it and tried to build it into its own little room here. So, so
I've seen it both ways. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I think this is
a better way of doing it for sure.
Yeah, so I think people will be thrilled to just come in here and have this experience. You're, like you said, you're familiar with it, but it's we've really tried to make it its own thing. So make it an attraction versus a big video game.
Agreed.
We really tried to make this. And so we're excited to have this here too. We also have one more room here. This is a laser maze, which is, it's got lasers that shoot all over the place. So you kind of get through it and whatnot, but you kind of see all this, the arcade we've got running through here. But so this is just a laser maze, and it shoots lasers around from all these different pieces, and you're trying to get under them, and it's a time
kind
thing.
of James Bond.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Dodge
exactly.
lasers.
So trying to get through all of that.
Maze is not armed.
So anyway, so this again, we just tried to make this, I don't know, just another little little piece that people can do.
I like it. It makes it feel like when you actually have rooms that to like kind of break off into, it makes the whole place feel bigger.
Exactly. And this is the one that my team's all like nervous about, is the boxing, because you see all the things on YouTube of those, all the crazy stuff. So as we come up here, we've got the check-in desk back there. This is another check-in desk here. So whether for bowling or for any events, they can do that here. Also manages the axe throwing that we're gonna be doing in here.
Right close.
So yeah. So we've got 4 lanes. We're doing champ throw. You're familiar with that? So this is the projection mapping that shoots down here.
Yes.
So we'll have booths out here that people will be sitting here with tables and whatnot. They'll come into the axe throwing lane. This will end up having grass, the turf down on here.
Yep.
Machine sits right here, and they throw their axes down there. And we tried to set it up for safety. So axe comes down and hits this, it just deadens the axe. So it just falls down and just don't get the ricochet effect.
That is necessary.
So try to take a lot.
Another thing, I mean, I'm impressed with the sound dampening, because I do think that like we've been to a lot of places, and axe throwing might be in like kind of the thick of it all, but like having a place where it is pretty dedicated, and you can come in here and hang out for a while probably is a good thing.
Exactly, and just chill.
Yeah.
And that's where we see some nice booze that'll be back here. So so hopefully we'll serve food in here, so we'll be able to have a nice rent out location that we can really enjoy. Then we get out here, we've got 16 lanes of bowling. We've got, it's unique the way we split it, and forgive us all the construction junk down the middle here, but you got 8 lanes here of just standard bowling, and it's unique because people can walk down beside the lanes, which you never get to do that. So you never get to see that. So, and then we've got over here another 4 lanes, and these have hyper bowl on it. It's a Cubica hyper bowl, which is where the bumpers pop up, and you're actually playing different games, where you're actually trying to hit the bumpers, and if you don't, you lose points. But my wife beats me on that all the time. So I like regular bowling. She likes this. No, but it's just
great.
But yeah.
And then this, I don't know if we can go that way. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I'll let you lead.
So we'll show you the VIP suite first. So we got a VIP suite over here. Again, they can rent out the whole thing. They can just rent a few spots, but we've got actually couches and whatnot in here. So we've really tried to elevate this. We got the white lanes and whatnot. And so You can see the projectors running down the middle. So this is gonna have projection mapping onto the lane. So the your ball has got a LiDAR sensor that actually track your ball going down and put flames coming behind your ball.
Cool.
Or butterflies, whatever you can do. So and it has different games you can play with it. So this should be fun in here too. And this also has the hyperball on this one also. So what do we have? Booths, we have couches back here, and then back here we have actually just mobile tables we can move around, and so we can put more or less back in here. And so yeah, they can rent this whole little space out. There's a garage door that's going to be coming in here that'll just all glass the garage door that'll just drop down, so we can have it fully privatized in here if they want. So if you come back here, so this is one of the things too, is again, it's unique to be able to go back behind lanes. So you can see the artist is right now drawing it up here saying event rooms, restrooms, patio, all back here. So we've got a 3,000 square foot patio this could be outside.
Wow.
And so we're trying to show you back there. So again, use all the, you can see we've got all these glass partitions. So I think it's gonna be unique to be able to watch balls coming and rolling down the lanes down here. So yeah, you never get that, right? So we're really excited to be able to welcome people.
And will this just be an open
So we'll have
pathway?
two billiards tables out here, and again, some of the up here we'll have projection mapping onto those too. So people are doing billiards, and it has like fish swimming away from your ball as you're doing it, and different stuff like that. So and different games they can play. So we'll have 2 billiards tables out here, but it's one of the things that we could even rent this out. Move the tables. We'll put chairs and tables down here, and just have a big banquet type style. If somebody does a buyout on the facility, so lots of different options we can do back here.
Right.
And then you can see event rooms go both ways. So over here, we've got 2 event rooms, event room 1 and 2, and they can be opened up to just all one area here too. So you see this track that runs down the middle. So it'll partition it open here. And then they can rent the patio too, and it just takes them straight out to the patio out back there too if they wanted to use that. So this is where we'll just have our corporate offices upstairs. We have restrooms and whatnot down here. And then 2 more event rooms down here. But what we've got is this is a big common corridor that goes all the way back to the kitchen. So we can bring all the food back of house, don't have to be walking it all through. So again, another divider here. So we just got another couple event rooms in here. So that's what we're really trying to do, is how do we really get into corporate events, big baseball teams, and whatever they want to do, come and enjoy stuff with that. So
how far are we from Houston right now?
33 miles.
Okay.
So in decent traffic, you're 50 minutes.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a little far, but like it's still.
Well, the airport is like, the airport's 15 minutes from here. 15 minutes from here. It's IAH airport, so which is nice. So they could do, and with this convention center, they could be putting a hotel in here. So we're anticipating a lot of corporate type stuff happening up in this area with the airport so close.
Yeah, but it's also, I think it's big enough and cool enough that if someone wanted to come for an afternoon, it'd be worth an hour-long drive.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And I think in this I-99, and we've got 59 running this way, it makes us an ideal location to catch traffic from all over these areas. So we couldn't be happier. We're really thrilled about being here. So this is the patio back here. This is the last thing to be built because it's the construction entrance right now.
Yep.
But we'll have back here, you can see we've got this container bar. So this opens up to a full bar.
Oh, cool.
In there with you see a 20-foot LED screen up on the top. So we'll be able to show games out here, and kind of about where those barriers go. It kind of comes all the way down here, down to the end. In this whole area, we'll just have tables and whatnot out here. And we'll have umbrellas initially. Ultimately, we'll probably put a covering over top of it.
Something,
But right now, the sides just completely open up. And so we can just open that up to the bar and whatnot out here.
Well, what's nice is, given that, I mean, obviously time of day, but in the evening, sun is that way.
Exactly.
Even if you don't have a cover on it right away, you still have pretty good shade.
That's exactly right. So we're thrilled about this too. And you see this hill right here. It's called The Hill. And it's they're on a 5-year project to build that into an outdoor amphitheater, 15,000 person outdoor amphitheater, and host a lot of concerts and whatnot there. We've got the football stadium right there that we're doing a lot of sponsoring with that. And you can see this flag over there. There's a whole, like 9 or 12 baseball fields over there. So they have all kinds of tournaments and whatnot happening there. So we're in an ideal location just to welcome all these folks after attractions and games to come and play. And we're excited to be part of that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The future is bright here at Lumos, and there is no doubt that this place will be a popular destination for both locals and people in town for the various sports offerings in the surrounding area. Their doors are now open, so you should definitely go check the place out. And next time we're nearby, we'll make sure to do a follow-up to see how things are going. We travel all across the country making YouTube videos that highlight the coolest and most innovative places, keeping fun at the forefront. If you liked this video, we think you might like to watch this one next.